Good evening, everyone. What is up? It's so good to see you. Lexius, Alaria, how are you both going? Thank you so much for popping in. Hope everyone's having a wonderful midpoint in the week. It is Wednesday. Excellent. We're back again today with some more Guild Wars 2. We are on NA. Sorry, we were a tiny bit late there. I just actually remembered I need to swap back to NA from EU. So we went and remembered to actually do that, or else it's like super awkward for us to do that at a different time. There we go. Let's come on down. Just starting off with our usual Griffin adventure shenanigans. And down we get. Interesting to see what our FPS does right now, because we actually did swap back to Linux again for today. Finally got around to fixing a few things that I needed to. And oh, actually right there, that's usually right there a point where we get a giant FPS drop, just so I come around that last corner there. But there, spot on, we'd love to see it. Ooh, we're almost maxed out as well on some common unidentified gear. Let's go deposit everything there. Come on back. We started off, already done a few of these so far, so we are 3 into our 17 character farm. And it's good, actually. It looks like all of our various bits of audio are working. That's good. Okay, now let's go play. And down we go. Oop. That dive there I always find to be super sketchy, but this one has ample time. Perfect. Many seconds to spare. Bump, bump, bump. I feel like that one should actually give more experience given the sheer amount that does. I actually might take note of the rough amounts of experience we get from these. I'll try and actually take note of that. I think that will be interesting. So, this one is basically, forget all this, it's 50k. It's basically 100k experience, give or take. Yeah, I think it almost is, actually. Rayquazo, how's it going? Great to see you. It should be about 100k experience base before I actually start factoring in experience boosters. Up we get. Hey, thank you so much for the sub, Rayquazo. I really appreciate that. Enjoy. No more ads. Ooh. Enjoy no more ads in your wonderful ad emotes, mate. I super appreciate that. Thank you. That's great to see you. So we just clipped a wall there, which basically stopped us from proceeding. So that's unfortunate. Back up. I probably could have delayed that bit, although I do have a nice bit of speed here. I'm still carrying more speed than I normally would be there. So that's good. Means as long as I don't make any other mistakes, this should be pretty free. Don't do a flap there. Will not have the space to be able to do it. Easy. Oh, you pay for turbo, so there'll never be ads for you. Well, in that case, I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much for choosing to sub. It's really, really kind of you. Bump, bump. Great Doodad, what is up, mate? Great to see you. Hope you're having a good one. What is our volume, actually? Still feels a little smidge low. Oh, no, you're where it should be. Okay. Got a big flap there where I shouldn't have. Oh, nice. Thanks for that chat code there. That is interesting. Nice. It's funny what you can do with some chat codes in Guild Wars 2. Down we get, and up. It's interesting here is actually getting a bit of an FPS drop. Oh well. Sufferance, what's up? Great to see you. Hope you're having a good day. And deposit all that. What do I do with these? I should use them at some point. Got an rando shield there, now a short bow. Oh, you may need to start doing these for spirit shards down to 10. Oh no. You're truly in like my area in terms of spirit shards now. Have you, because you've been crafting a bunch of legendaries lately as well, haven't you? They really do disappear quickly, especially if you're at the point where gold stops being an issue. Then spirit shards truly do become the problem. But yeah, I think you may need to join me on some Griffin adventures. Definitely worth doing, especially if you've got a bunch of extra characters. As far as, you know, farms go, I actually think it's a pretty engaging one. And we do get some other loot there as well, which is nice. Oh, oh boy. No. It's one flap there, not two. There we go. Bit of height. There we go, perfect. You want some liquid gold, so craft and sold 2 weapons. Now you have 3k gold. Nice, that's a solid amount of gold. But yeah, the downside of that is obviously the sheer and complete lack of spirit shards. But I totally feel you. You would have seen I do the same thing with a degree of regularity. But yeah, we want a bunch of liquid gold, we craft some legendaries, then we pine about our lack of shards. It's the cycle of the stream. Eventually I should also get all of the elite specs unlocked on every character. I think while you were doing it. I'd love to hear it. But it happens at least, I think, it's about once every 3 months or so where I just completely deplete my spirit shards down to 0, and that's after I've done all manner of cursed currency conversions and sketchy things with gold in order to actually get some spirit shards. It truly is a very destructive cycle. Oh, no, that was a bad one. Bad start. What I really wish I could do is actually what I wish I could do is I wish I could just straight up merge my NA and this account. Also because that account actually has like 800 spirit shards. It's sitting on a few legendaries worth. Did we get it? We did. But for me to actually turn those spirit shards into something useful, I have to play on that account a bunch to, you know, obviously get the gifts of battle and things of map completion, all that jazz. Oh, that was an enemy. I took it for a wall. But plus I could also like merge my accounts and get like 50 characters. Then imagine the alt parking we could do. Whew. Ultra passive gameplay loop. Garth, what's up, mate? Great to see you. I might as well go back and get the Shadows provisions, even though these take ages to open for some reason. How are you today? Going pretty well today. Been like a reasonably busy day here so far, but it's been good. How about yourself? Get a bit of height. I don't know if I'll have Okay, no, there we go. Perfect. Should be fine. 28. Okay, it was a bit tight. I just started your day? Nice. Well, thanks for starting your day with us. We are now on our third coffee here. So we're going pretty well. Actually, just keep an eye on our system resource. I'm kind of curious to see what our CPU does. Cool. Didn't nick the wall. Reset. There we go. Should also convert some of my unbound magic into gold. Recently, Darren did a video on spirit shard farming to Griffin Adventures. He added skim ones. I did see that he posted that video, and I did actually start watching it today. And I had a bit of a bounce around there. I'm like, oh, sweet. Also a Griffin farm enjoyer. But the skimmer adventures as well might also be good ones to add in. And there's other adventures as well I could potentially do. Because the YouTube algorithm has heard that I am constantly whining about lack of spirit shards. And Princess, do you do these specifically for more spirit shards? Yes, that is exactly the reason I'm doing them. I'm running a reasonable amount of experience boosters on each character. I might check to see. For magic gold, experience kills and gold from kills. Okay, that doesn't really make that much of a difference here. But yeah, I am doing these explicitly for more spirit shards. So roughly for about, I don't know, 15 minutes of work, I think. Ends up being about 12 to 14 spirit shards. I wonder what happens actually if I limit my game to 60 FPS. I wonder if they'll actually be more smooth. I might just try and see how it feels. So I was a bit lazy and just limited my monitors to 60 FPS anyway. I'll see if it gets rid of any of the little micro stuttering I seem to be feeling. A great doodad, you're scared for your mum. She spent 9 hours in the hospital. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, mate. She had a 5.5 hour nosebleed and they couldn't stop until she got a balloon in her sinuses. Oh, I'm really, really sorry to hear that. I hope your mum is doing okay, and I'm glad they were at least able to stop that. That's got to be really scary, but I'm glad your mum is getting the care that she needs. And I hope you're doing okay as well. It's incredibly stressful. Electropanic, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate that. Not sub, the follow. Thank you. Appreciate it. Absolutely. Thank you. Now, what I might also do, actually, what if I turn on adaptive sync for this monitor? I'll just check. Display. And this monitor. Adaptive sync. I don't know. Automatic. Apply. Keep. Let's see what that does. Scuba, welcome in, mate. Great to see you. Didn't realise the new utility primers cost currency to activate them once you own them. Yeah, I was not so much shocked to see that, but it did really sort of colour my desire to get them. Because if they were just free once you got them, I'd be making a beeline for them straight away above probably many other things. A great dude, just go back Thursday, have procedure to remove the vein. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but yeah. Once again, I'm glad that she's getting the care that she needs.
Drakes are eating all the fish.
And I think those infinite primers are still useful for certain people, but it depends on your playstyle. If you're just using the one set of food, definitely quite valuable. But the fact they use a not insignificant amount of magnetite shards, which magnetite shards are one of the most valuable currencies in the game, I think, because you can get mystic coins with them, you can get tomes of knowledge, you can get mystic clovers, let alone everything you need for raid god. Like those are... Why is this character in Dragon's End? But they are incredibly valuable, so using them on the primers is a bit meh. I did see the World vs. World version dropped as well. That is amazing. Another reward for World vs. World enjoyers to chase is always a good thing. Drop some of that. And PK, how are you going? Wonderful to see you. And good news, we're back again on Linux today, which is very exciting. I think I got this one here. Did a full reinstall of Nobara and got everything all set up. So we'll see how that rocks for a while. And up we get. We're getting better at this Griffin adventure as well. Oh, he says as he does that. Yeah, the World vs. World one costs 250 badges. That's a lot, actually. Like, that's not nothing. It's not very multi-toon friendly. Yeah, that's all the same with the raid one as well. Not very multi-toon friendly at all. Cool, we're on 91 spirit shards now. Very exciting. How do we go in terms of time? Hang on, I might have to... Let's go minimize that. Oh yeah, we're a few minutes behind. We got distracted. Great squad, raid mode. Alright. Darth. PD. Emerald. Orca. I think that's it. And yeah, anyone else on NA who wants to join for raids, feel free to chime in. A bow and arrow, come on in. Okay, let's see. What are the dailies today? Daily raid bounties. Adina, Kadeem, Sabbather, Voice and Claw. Okay, Kadeem the Peerless. These are fine, actually. And I'm just going to welcome in. You found NA raids are more popular at off hours post this patch. That's interesting. Sure thing. Alright. Go. Echo a heal, Darth. I might go DPS, so then I can kite QTP. You join for an hour or so? Excellent. We should be able to blast all of them out as well. Let me send you an invite, Scuba. Oh, you're in squad. Great. Easy. So let's go Darth.
Any sharpshooters out there want an opportunity to prove themselves?
Scuba, can you DPS / pylon kite for QTP, because those are actually going to be the tricky roles to fill. So I might go just down here. Excellent, so you can come with me. So I might just put you in a separate sub. Orca, can you boon here? And I'll drag you down there. Orca, welcome in, mate. Cool, so you and I can do that. That is good. Berserker, we have Power Quick Herald, which I think we will change to Power Conduit. Equipment here, let's change this to another... Do I have another sword floating around? Orient's Fang. It's legendary sword. Orient's Wisdom. I should have another sword floating around. Meh. Whichever you want. And H. Daily Ray Bounties. Doing Adina, QTP, Sabbatha, and Voice and Claw to start.
I bet I can run faster than you.
Okay. So we have this set up. I might just run... Hang on. I'll find a sword. I have several. There's one. And here... There we go. I think we can actually skip gate, which is pretty nice. Okay, so I need Y. Welcome, Panthu. Can any in sub 1 go A DPS or DPS? We'll need one at least for this to work out. Okay, so you Q DPS. Excellent. Thank you, Bo. I appreciate that. So you will go with Darth. So let's do... we'll start with Wing 7. Alright. And that's impact. This will get Sigil of Force. Accept. There we go. Dunskies. Oh, I'm getting screen tearing there. Doesn't like that. That's probably adaptive sync that's broken. Actually, F11. Let's just wait for vertical sync. Let's try that. See if that breaks it. That seems to work. Okay. Okay. Key of Adashim. So I think we can just bypass some of these achievements. Okay, cool. So we can do that. So I need raids. Wing 7 full clear. Minus gate. Pylon. A DPS. State roll. There we go. what do we get? I might also actually just go to Pistol Thief. TY. So they are Pylon. So advertise your group. Now I just need a DPS. Yeah, 12 characters. Like, I'll just be a bit lazy and go on Thief for this one. This means I'm going to be on it for this next one anyway. Okay. Peanuts are his name. Peanuts. TY. There we go. So that is Peanuts. You go here. There we go. I've split them. Darth and Orca. One of you tank. Pylons are sorted. Have you used the VFX denoiser add-on? Heard it helps in large groups. I haven't used that. No, I've never come across that one. Okay, let's just double check here. Yep, that's indeed the build. Yep, rifle, force, impact. Yep, that's it. Okay, let's do Adina first.
You tread upon Adashim's sacred soil. You, who are lower even than the lowest of Jade.
Stop attacking.
Safe from harm.
There we go.
Kadim will seal the rightful supremacy of Jade.
How are we doing for food? I'll re-food everyone anyway. G.
Your alliance with Kadim is tearing your city apart.
What he destroys, I shall rebuild.
I want to turn off VSync actually. I don't love it. Or maybe we go unlimited and then vertical sync. There we go. Let's try that. Trying to find a setting that actually works ideally for us. I actually find that's not gelling perfectly well. Kinda like that a bit more. Oh, we're still getting that tearing now. I think it might be. Or at least it is on mine. You know what? Let's just change that. Display. This one can be pushed to that. Keep. Sync automatic. And we'll just set frame room so to unlimited, and yeah, just go ham. Sort it out. Okay, so Alt 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pylons on markers. Liz. Tank. Go to arrow marker. There we go. Okay, two to a pillar. 6. Basically stand on spiral and block the big cone attack with Aegis. Ranged players, kite, pylons, not fussed who gets them, just place them on the markers, roughly. Hang on. 1, 2. Why is that not working? Ah, hang on, I've got another keybind that's not working, that's why. Change hotkeys. Is that not working? Ah, screw it, hang on, let's just close that, and I should be able to do Alt 2. Yeah, there we go. Alt 3. Alright, so I've got some keybinds to mess with. I'll just stream my creepers and hear you call that. That works just fine. Yeah, I had another keybind that was not gelling particularly well. It was basically overriding my marker ones. It was the GPU screen recorder plugin. Which honestly, I wonder if I can get around that just by using another instance of OBS. That might be easier, then it completely mirrors our Windows setup. That could be nice. Alright, let's go get the ready check. Cool, they're going to restart. That is fine. I'll see if I can sort out my screen recorder. Why is that not working? Maybe on this one. Nope. Is it Alt Z? Settings. And Jack, welcome in. It's going very well. How about yourself? Print screen. Start and stop recording. F8. Yep, I think that should work. So I should be able to close that if I go F8. Okay, cool. That seems to have worked. And Highland, welcome in. Who is tanking is going to be Darth once they get back in and restart. And yeah, Conduit did get hit by a bit of the Nerf hammer, but its DPS is still like fine. It was actually a rather well thought out Nerf, I think. Actually, we'll start that on startup. 560. Would you call it a nerf or an adjustment? It was definitely a needed adjustment. But yeah, its DPS got brought down to honestly what I think is a pretty reasonable level. GG. If you get a pylon, place it on a marker.
Might and glory.
Not spiral. I'll go Alt 6. There we go. Doesn't really matter which. Just run to an empty pylon and place it there. Annie, what's up? Wonderful to see you. Hope you're having a great day. But how has your day been? We should do. A hot and sweating, loving it. Love to hear it. The video games are going very, very well. We are blasting out a Wing 7 because 2 of them are a part of the daily raid bounties, and I do love that system. There we go. Just rocking some pistol thief here. 2 to a pillar. Nice. That almost wiped the group. GG. Tank DC'd. You make sure ranged players stand to the back of the group to bait pylons. But you should definitely give Pistol Thief a shot. It is incredibly easy. It will give you entirely adequate results. It's basically a picture of incredibly consistent mediocrity, but it just so happens that it will do more DPS than quite a lot of pugs because of just how easy it is. Soren, welcome in. If you want to up the damage a bit more, you can go Pistol Daredevil, where we'll actually almost approach 40k DPS. So that's pretty solid. But the Deadeye version of it, one, is a fantastic build to kite Kadim 1 and Kadim 2 on, because you can have Signet of Malice for passive healing, you can have Relic of Zakros for more passive healing, and Invigorating Precision for even more passive healing. So you can just sit there in Berserker's gear and just kind of ignore all damage. And you literally are just an auto cast build, but it actually does more damage than auto attack Guardian, and plus it's fully ranged. It doesn't rely on having Aegis. And plus with the few trait changes, you can just go straight to a quickness providing build. So it's really solid. It's not going to break the DPS charts, but it's going to do like exactly as you expect. Like, see, even here, like, this is doing fine. And even, you know, I don't necessarily need this. I might actually run smokescreen instead. Just so I can actually have a bit of utility.
Dominion or mine.
I feel furious. Safe and loud.
There we go. See, they're on the markers.
Splendid competition.
Ouch. How'd that get me?
Defeated?
Surprised that did. And unwanted third. That's alright. That's been unfortunate. You just have to make sure you give the thing a bit of a wide berth there. It will only ever do one full rotation, so as soon as you do like one rotation you can stop and it's not going to get you. Bring some reflects here, super handy. I wasn't going to gobble up my reflect there. There we go. Stop attacking. Let's go get them up. So you just like broadly spread out in that pattern is fine. Doesn't need to be exact.
Power play is destroying the balance.
Did you see that?
It's just, yeah, we kind of don't want them going all over the place. GG. Be careful of wall. Yeah, the wall instant one shot. Meow. Can you tank a heal? Darth, go DPS. Okay. Here, we just swapped that up because, yeah, if Darth is lagging, they really can't be the tank. So at least if they are just a DPS, it means it's not going to really damage the encounter that much. Just wait. There we go. There we go. That's unfortunate. Yeah, this is all a bit chaotic now. Oh. I do have to go AFK there for a moment, Panther.
Have already risen above the cardinals of water and fire. There is no more than check.
Oh, you're laggy now, rip. If you have projectile reflex, always good to bring them here just for those hands. There we go. See, as long as they're sort of placed in that direction, doesn't really matter. It's going to take a bit less damage because we're one down. We should be able to just burst.
Power play is destroying the balance.
The balance is outworn.
I don't know, yeah, honestly, we can kind of just start here. Doesn't really matter. There we go. Can I get you up? Can't get you up. Turn my character around so it actually stops attacking. There we go. Two to each.
I don't think well enough.
Let's get Darth here. Yep, there we go. Darth is out. Unfortunate. Jump. There we go. It's a little bit of a dicey one. Could sort of see that one coming. Good use of stability. Actually, yeah. Stack these, yeah. As long as we've got some healers. Yeah, combine these, yep. Okay, there we go. So we'll just stack these, there we go.
Splendid combination.
4%. Just got one left. Just gonna try and burst, I guess. There we go. Great bounty Adina. I'll call the miss. Sweet. A little bit dicey, but we got there.
You sure impacted the city's energy balance, but I think it's getting more volatile.
The key did say both cardinals have to be gone to level the field.
Yeah. The key's definitely keeping something from us.
That's alright. We don't have a... Well, lack doesn't really help me. Blaystone access. There we go. Oh, wrong way. Everyone's DCing today by the looks.
Entering combat. Say so much.
Let's go get the res. I can see how the actual screen recording of that looked afterwards.
You're supposed to protect the air, Jin. Not help Kadim bring Adashim down around their ears. Just a bit of your soul. You're
Up we go.
free, you cowards.
Okay, oh. GG. Don't want to get too close. Up we get. Okay. I'll ping mount button when we need to coordinate CC.
Focused. Concentrate.
I'll run this for a bunch of extra CC, and I might run spear Customize. Berserkers. Force. Para. There we go. Turn that off. Ready to check. Just so we can have like Giga CC.
The practice is finished. You're wasting your time and mine.
Safe from harm. Did you see this?
Sharper still.
I'm curious to see how much break bar damage we actually did there.
Why should I fight enemies when I can acquiesce to the inevitable and survive?
There's one good thing about Pistol Thief is the fact you can just bring cataclysmic amounts of CC, so you can just solo carry break bars. It's actually wild with Spear.
You're in my...
Even if you just pop onto it, spam your CC and pop back, it's going to do a good job.
Why attack me for having the intellect and foresight to keep myself from
Sharp blade, sharp muscle.
We get all the reses. I need every res. Ian, how is it going? Welcome, welcome in Raiders. My name is Connor, or ConnorConCarne, and you may also know me from my YouTube channel, where I do a whole bunch of different Guild Wars 2 guides. Ian, what is up? It's wonderful to see you. What did you guys get up to on your stream? Tell us all about it. It's always wonderful to see you. We are blasting out a Wing 7 right now, because there's a bunch of raid dailies sort of tied into it. And it's going okay. But everyone, make sure you go check out the one for Iron Maiden over on Twitch. I'm sure you already have, but if you haven't, do yourself a favour and make sure you do. Up we get. Got a few peeps down here, not what we want. Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of people lagging. Can't even get you up. That's fine. Dodge through. But yeah, I think we will reset the instance when we get to QTP and get someone else to enter it. Clearly shenanigans are ensuing, which ain't great. This is still entirely doable. Might just have to carry the brake bar a bit more than we were otherwise planning to, but that's okay. Now we sort of just chill here for a while. And that's all good, Panther. We will try and reset the instance. Yeah. There we go. Because yeah, a few people are having lag issues, which is a bit odd. There we go. Just do that to take some of the pressure off. Magro as well as Ashimi, thank you so much for popping in as well. Panther, thank you so much for the sub, mate. I super appreciate that. So very, very kind of you. Yeah, Eddie, what's up? And we have successfully done that. That one really hurt, but we're okay. That's so kind, Panther. Thank you. Back up to here. Just gonna inch our way forward. Yeah, well, as soon as that feedback goes. There we go, we got there. Leave. Then someone else open a QTP instance. See if it fixes the lag for some.
That's valuable.
Okay, and we'll leave the instance. And let's just see if this fixes it. If someone else enters, and then who knows, that might resolve it. Sometimes it can be a bit fiddly with who opens the instance. And Sleepy, the storm over there is causing a huge ping spike. Oh, I can imagine that. I did see in the news that there was a huge storm going over parts of like Eastern Australia. So yeah, I hope everyone is staying safe there. And sorry if it's causing you any major ping spikes. Oh yeah, Panther, make sure you exit the instance. Just make sure you exit, because then we can reset it. Oh, you're trying? Oh, try and go to character select if that's causing the issue. That was an effort. Well done. I'm glad you're able to sort that. Someone open QTP. The Queensland home of storms, floods, and crocs. Oof. There we go. Let's see if this does it. Cool. Pylon Kiters X up.
Definitely bigger and uglier than you were at the Mystic Forge, but you still won't win.
Champions, rubber toys and lesser gin. You're not playing
We
so
lost.
foolish games today.
You underestimated us last time, Kadim. Didn't work out so well.
Something you've never faced
Darth,
before.
can you try to tank? Meow, go pylon. Yeah. Good idea. Orca tank. Darth. Darth. Just go a heal on group. There we go. I'll go north. Pylon. Let's go Alt 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Alt 5 and 6. I think west. There we go. Let's go Alt 6. 7 here. And Alt 8 right about there. There we go. Have I checked the Blackline chest Ozarene have disclosed? I have seen they have disclosed them, Angry Phil. I haven't looked at them yet. Be very interested to see it though. I might just take Binding Shadow. No. It's special action key based. Cool, there we go. All the permanent contracts are 0.006%. Wow, that is crazy. Makes it even more amazing that I actually did get one. Is this the Kaita or Deadeye DPS build? Right now it's a pistol Deadeye build, but I'm going to turn it into the Kaita build just by doing this. There we go. Now we are the Kaita build. Oh, I need Shadow Step actually. Yeah, there we go. That would have been bad. I should be fine. First, fires to the left. Second, to the right. Yeah, I should have ample CC, Orca. I've got Spear and, yeah. Spear and Bassy Venom, we're fine. Yeah, I wonder what the odds are for Doomscale. Yeah, I know. It's still wild that no one's gotten Doomscale. It would be very unfortunate if it was actually bugged. Just wait on Darth to ready up here. Okay. There we go. Dodge in. There we go. But this is the Omega Difficult Pylon Kiting build. There we go.
Because you passed me over, you preferred lesser Jin. Now reap the seeds you sowed.
Cool. This one is mine. I'm just going to alternate now because that's starting to sting. Oh.
Better next time.
This power is meant for someone greater.
Try and get a quick res. GG. Yeah, let's try and be a bit careful with the fires. Sometimes they can take an attempt or two to really get fixed. Let's see, anything else we can do? Nothing else we can really do here. Aside from honestly maybe just doing... Might even just tank our DPS a bit just so we can sort of brute force this. Hey PD, thank you so much for the sub, mate. I super appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Everyone, go check out PD. Over on Twitch, another fantastic Australian Guild Wars 2 streamer. Appreciate that, mate. Inoculated A. Never done kiting before. How many do you have to collect over the course of the fight? Roughly 3.
Might and glory.
So it's not that bad. But with Shadow Step, it is trivially easy. Oh yeah, Orca, make sure you special action key. There we go. And Kura, yeah, Conduit Nerf, use Thief to hit you even harder, you don't use Pather. I'm in the same boat, I don't tend to use the Pather one. But honestly, its DPS is still going to be in a totally fine spot overall. Let's go Shadow Step back, that's it. It's very easy actually. Just load up on a bunch of self-healing, that's why I really like Pistol, Deadeye, because one, it's trivially easy to play, it's range, you have a bunch of lifesteal on it. Broken. Dodge through. Now I've sort of just got to chill here until I can swap. I should have actually swapped sooner. But as usually, all pylons just capture to the left. Shadow Step is like the perfect skill for this. Quite often did it on Scourge. Scourge was super easy. Mesmer's also pretty good, but you have to use like Mimic and Blink, and that can be a little bit fiddly. Whereas this, you just press the one skill. At 60%, I'll swap weapons. That was a little bit dicey there. That didn't make me particularly happy. Fermi, welcome in. Swap weapons. Inception, going through vision, you need to re-unlock Skyscale. Oof. Yeah, it's a little bit rough when you need to do that, but it is worth it, and it's honestly a lot easier to unlock Skyscale now than it used to be. I feel your pain, I had to do the same. Yeah, Orca, just be careful not to stand on that line. There we go. Come stack up tight. Stability up. There we go. Don't stand too close to the boss. Just wait. You'll get pushed out. Yep. And I might be able to take over Orca. Yeah. There we go. No, can't. Actually, let's blink out here. Power res. Screw it. Just literally just... We'll deal. We'll deal with no tank. Which is going to be on the group now. There we go. Come stack up. Kill that. Do you think it's worth doing a raw vision for this late, or do you think unlock new accessories? We have a new one coming in the next patch, but I guess it depends if you really like the effect of it. And it might be worth seeing what the cost of new legendary looks like. Because honestly, it's a legendary, it's going to be expensive no matter what you do. Just stand out, don't get pushed in. Unless you're really confident with that. That's right, we'll just move around, try and make this work. It's kind of fine. Yeah, it's a very good point there, Fermi. If you are fairly on top of the time gates, like Aurora isn't that bad. It's just, yeah, if you leave them to the last minute, it's going to be a bit of a rough time while you wait. Let's try. Yeah, just get all the reses. There we go. We got it. Nice. Is Vision easy to get in Aurora? You've already have Living on Season 4 Sky Scale. It might be slightly easier, I guess, but neither of them are particularly difficult. They're just legendaries that have a bit of investment tied to them. If you've already done Level 1 Season 4 Skyscale, then a lot of the work for Vision's done. /D, few minutes, break, then Sabbather and Voice and Claw. Cool, let's go exit, leave. Cool, we're going to take a break now, stretch our legs. We'll see everyone in a minute. I get asked all the time on my streams, Josh, should I play Guild Wars 2? To which I always say yes, and there are so many reasons why you should. So today, we're going to go through the reasons why you should be playing Guild Wars 2. Welcome back everyone. I've been playing Guild Wars 2 for 11 years. I've got multiple accounts and easily 10,000 hours between them. So today, we're going to chat about why I play Guild Wars 2 and why you should do it as well. Number 1, the combat system. The combat system in Guild Wars 2 is easily the main reason I played this game for 11 years. It's fast, fluid, and each class feels unique and has their own rewarding playstyle. So if you ever get bored of one class, you can just swap to another for an entirely different experience. Unlike a lot of other MMOs, which show you dozens of skills at any point, Guild Wars 2 typically only shows you 5 weapon skills and 5 utility skills at a time, with the ability to swap weapons for an entirely new set of skills at the click of a button. This lets you focus more on the actual combat in front of you, rather than having to read the UI or tooltips. Almost everything about the combat system in this game gives you the chance to react to avoid damage or regain control of your character. All classes have access to stun breaks, so you don't have to worry about your character being stun locked from every attack. You'll always have access to dodges and skills with evade frames, so with perfect timing, you can simply avoid damage entirely. This leads to each class in the game being fun by itself and not needing to rely on a healer or tank to take care of them. Movement is insanely important in Guild Wars 2 as well. Positioning your character correctly can let you avoid attacks entirely. High damaging attacks are telegraphed, so you have time to either dodge or sidestep them. You can even use specific skills to move or teleport around the battlefield, so you can be standing exactly where you should be. Not only that, but the build system of the game gives you the flexibility to change how your class plays at any point. Your traits, which give you a whole range of passive and active effects while you're in combat, can be changed at any point while you're not in combat. You even have access to elite specializations which drastically change the playstyle of your class, like turning your stealth-focused, close-range thief into a long-range sniper rifle-wielding Deadeye, or turning your staff-wielding elementalist into a catalyst that crushes enemies with a hammer. All this freedom and customization means that no matter what class you play, there's going to be a playstyle for you. Number 2, buy once, own it forever. So many apps, streaming services, or programs all have a monthly sub fee these days. These systems either force you to keep using them so you don't feel like you're wasting your money, or just hope that you forget to cancel your sub and still get charged each month for the content that you're not using. The Guild Wars 2 though has what is objectively the best monetization model out there. You buy it, you own it. Outside of your initial purchase and any expansions that come out, there is no need for you to spend a single cent on the game. Even the premium in-game currency gems, which can be bought for real money, can also be converted from in-game gold at what is honestly a fairly reasonable price. Anything you can buy from the gem store in no way gives you an advantage over other players. So no pay to win woes here. Everything in the gem store is either cosmetic or useful in terms of quality of life, like extra character slots, bank expansions, bag slots, and persistent items you can buy from vendors like salvage kits. The fact that this game has one of the fairest monetization models out there is another reason that I've stuck with this game for so long. Number 3, no gear grind. Ascended gear was gradually introduced into the game back in 2012 and 2013, and it has been the best in slot gear ever since. I've taken multiple breaks from the game over the years, and each time I come back, I don't need to worry about needing to grind out the latest and greatest best in slot gear. There are so many different ways to obtain Ascended gear, all across the different game modes, so you can get it by playing the content that you enjoy the most. But this doesn't mean that there aren't any long-term goals to work toward. Most of the long-term goals in the game involve unlocking different weapons and armor skins so you can customize your characters to your heart's content. Or you can unlock quality of life items that make your life just a little bit easier, like permanent gathering tools and salvage kits, account-wide upgrades like extra bank space and material storage, or legendary weapons and armor. Even the long-term goal that is legendary gear still has the same total stats as ascended gear, so you never have to worry about having a lower power level than someone who has played this game since launch. The only difference is that you can swap the stats on your legendary gear whenever you want and swap out upgrades whenever you please. Combine this with the legendary armory that was released 2 years ago, and any piece of legendary gear you make, you can use it on any of your characters at the same time. With enough pieces of legendary equipment, you will eventually reach a point where you never have to think about getting gear for new characters ever again. This, however, will take you years to complete and will take you across all areas of the game. But the fact that I never have to worry about having my gear outclassed if I ever need to take a break from the game is just one of the most amazing feelings. Number 4, the game prioritizes convenience and respects your time. On top of not having to worry about gear grind, the fact that this game prioritizes convenience and respects your time is a huge benefit, and another reason why I've played it for so long. The best gear in the game, Ascended gear, is account bound, meaning that you can freely swap it between your characters, provided that they have the same armor weight. This is the same for weapons and trinkets as well. This makes it super easy to go through and gear up multiple characters and swap characters freely. It's also the fact that this game just flat out encourages you to play multiple characters, with how easy it is to level up characters through tomes of knowledge and experience scrolls, which you get just by having characters reach their birthdays. This means at any point you can quickly go through and create a new character and have them level 80 and ready to go in no time. And again, because there's no gear grind, you never have to worry about your old characters falling behind, so you can just return to them at any point. I personally have 22 characters on my main account, with some spare character slots ready to make even more. You can also unlock portal scrolls to be able to teleport to different parts of the world with a click of a button. The content in this game can be done quickly, without the need for huge amounts of time to be dedicated to it, and with the click of a button you can bounce between all the different game modes. Most open world meta events occur at specific times, with one always following the other, so you can simply bounce between different events for as long as you want to play. With the new expansion, Secrets of the Obscure, coming out next month, it has never been a better time to get into Guild Wars 2. As another fun quality of life feature, it's also reportedly going to be even easier to unlock the god tier flying mounts of Griffin and Skyscale with the next expansion. Once again, another way that this game is respectful of your time. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it's given you the clarity needed to realize that you need to pick up Guild Wars 2 right now. Let me know, what are your main reasons for playing Guild Wars 2? And with that, I'll catch you all next time. Cheers. When Chronommancer first launched with Heart of Thorns 8 years ago, it was the best and only quickness and alacrity provider in the game. And today, we're taking a trip back to a simpler time.
You've got to come back with me!
After 8 years of balance patches, expansions, pandemics, and economic collapse, ArenaNet has gifted us something special. So today, we're covering what is unquestionably the most flexible build in Guild Wars 2, the boon sharing Chronommancer. Welcome back everyone. Over the past few months, Chronommancer has been my go-to support class whenever I jump into endgame PvE. No matter which raid I do or which strike I'm commanding, I can change up my build to cover whatever the group needs. With a single trait change, we can go from providing quickness to covering alacrity to even pumping on an exceptional DPS build. No need whatsoever to change your gear. Not only that, you basically have complete freedom to bring whatever utility skills you need to hard carry your team to victory. Mesmer in general is known for having access to some of the best utility skills in the game, with Portal for team-wide mobility, Feedback for outstanding reflex, and Mass Invisibility for squad-wide stealth. Plus, with Chronomancer's access to Continuum Split, you can squeeze double the use out of each of your skills whenever you need. Guild Wars 2 has one of the best combat systems I've ever seen, and Chronomancer just lets you experience even more of that. To put it simply, Chrono takes the best that Guild Wars 2 has to offer and gives you even more of it. That's enough of my gushing, it's time to jump in. When you become a Chronomancer, you get access to Shield as an offhand weapon, which has an amazing block and the absolutely loaded Tides of Time skill. We won't be using it on this build, but we will on the new and improved Heal Chrono build. but that's for another video, my friends. You also get access to well skills for some powerful AoE effects. Your shatter skills have also changed. Mind Rack becomes split second, so now when you shatter, your clones explode twice instead of once. Rewinder replaces Cry of Frustration. You still inflict confusion and damage foes, but now the recharge of the shatter is reduced by 3 seconds for each clone that you use. Time Sync replaces Diversion, so you now inflict a shorter duration days compared to Diversion, but you now also apply slow to enemies as well. Most importantly, you now get access to Continuum Split, which is the single most unique skill in Guild Wars 2. And if I were to describe it simply to someone I met on the street, it would basically be... You activate it to save your current health, position, and current cooldowns. While it's active, you can use whatever skills you want. It will last longer the more clones that you shatter, and when it runs out, you're reset to your starting position with your health and cooldowns intact. You're then free to cast your skills again straight away. It basically lets you travel back in time and use your skills twice. There's countless ways to use this skill, and each one is more incredible than the last. And now we'll touch on our gear and food. For our gear, we're using a mix of Berserkers and Assassin's gear to hit 100% critical chance. I've included the exact combination of gear that I use on the screen, and I'll also include a link to the build in the description below so you can check back on it later. Hitting 100% critical chance when you're fully buffed with Fury is incredibly important to power DPS classes. Every time you don't crit, you're missing out on a huge amount of damage due to your critical hits being powered up by your ferocity. Chronommancer is a class that needs a lot of help to reach crit cap, so you'll be using more pieces of Assassin's gear than you're used to. There are lots of different combinations of gear, runes, sigils, and food that will get you there. This one I recommend because you can use the standard power and ferocity food that all other power classes use, so you don't need to buy a separate food. We'll be taking Rune of Infiltration for the extra power and precision you need to crit cap. As is the case for a lot of power builds, we'll be taking Sigil of Force and Impact for the flat damage increase you get to strike damage. If you are struggling to keep up boons, you can swap out Sigil of Impact for Sigil of Concentration. This will give you an extra 10% boon duration at the cost of some damage. As a boon support build, the most important thing you can do is make sure that your team has 100% quickness or alacrity uptime, whichever is the one you're providing. So Sigil of Concentration can give you a nice cushion if you need it. We'll be taking Relic of the Thief for a simple 5% damage modifier, and for our consumables, we'll be taking Sous Vide Steaks and Superior Sharpening Stones, or any power and ferocity food that fits your budget. For our weapons, we'll be taking Dagger, Sword, and Greatsword. If you need to group mobs together, you can run offhand focus instead of Sword. However, Sword is going to be your highest DPS option. The best thing about Chronomancer weapons after Secrets of the Obscura is launched is that we can also equip Dagger instead of main hand sword like we used to. This means that each of your weapon sets is fully ranged, and Dagger is far easier to use compared to Sword. Being able to attack from range sets this build apart from the incredible Power Quickness Herald, and means you'll likely be able to achieve higher damage on boss encounters where you can't always be in melee range. For our Dagger skills, Flying Cutter will launch a blade at your target, and if you hit them 3 times within a few seconds, you'll cause a flurry of blades to hit them. This attack pierces and works from 1200 range, which is incredible. Blade Call will throw a cone of 3 daggers in front of you, which will then return to you and strike your target again. If you hit an enemy with this attack, you'll generate a clone. Even though this skill has 1200 range, you want to be somewhat close to your target to make sure that all 3 blades land, due to it being thrown out in a cone shape. Unstable Bladestorm will create a storm of daggers that will attack nearby enemies every second. Just some nice AoE damage overall. On Sword, Illusionary Riposte will let you block and create a clone if you're attacked. You can also activate it again to fire Counterblade, which will fire a bolt to dagger. And we are back. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, let's see where we are going from here. Let's go. And hey, let's go. We need people to exit Adashim. Okay. Let's see. Exit Adashim. Yeah, can't go in. There we go. Let's go into Sabbatha. Has anyone had the game crash periodically, Kiki, since the last update? Not personally, no. But it can be different for everyone else.
Torment, pain.
Daily SAB, then all, then IBS 5.
Let's get to work.
Remove. Advertise. I think we lost... we need a heal. There we go. Go into the cemetery. TY, there we go. Oh, 1, 3. And Reaper, welcome in. Would an announcement of Guild Wars 3 ruin your enthusiasm for Guild Wars 2? No, because even if Guild Wars 3 was announced, it would be years and years away from being released.
Tear them apart. 100 gold for each head. Get chopping.
Prepare to die.
Yeah, that's all good, Highland. No issues at all. Let's see. You go DPS, Darth, in case you lag. There we go. Yeah, just in case they lag. We'll just keep them on DPS so it doesn't really impact things too much as opposed to losing a healer.
Not enough energy. I may not survive.
Haruki, how's it going? I'm going very well. How about yourself? I'm simply using pistol Deadeye right now. Purely because it's what I was using on QTP. But yeah, it will do the job, and also it's actually very, very good for this role that I'll be doing now.
Don't have enough energy.
Let's go stack behind here. It will do entirely acceptable DPS.
Perfect shot.
Oh, what's the guild I'm using? Oh, the guild we're using is Charge Miss Our Streaming Guild. Okay.
Deal with them myself.
Need a 2-4. Alt 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Change the build. Customize, set this to Thief. Don't need fashion templates. We need no quarter. There we go. Okay, let's get the ready check. Let's see. PD, can you 2-4? You play normal thief pistol? Nice! But yeah, this is honestly, it plays super similar to that. Just have maybe one more button to press. I bet the squad comp is one Mesmer short of being the perfect representation of what the balance seems to be. I don't know, it seems to be like honestly a pretty reasonable variety in here. That is all good. Let's see. We can go in and start blasting now. That done. Gather a bit. We'll get some dailies done. Are we going for AP?
You're finished.
Inching closer and closer to 15k.
Release these.
Gee. Okay. It's happened a few times actually on SAB, where people haven't made it across the bridge in time. So as soon as you click ready on SAB, make sure you're always just ready to instantly run in. Mookie, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Let's get the ready check. Hang on.
Useless. What do I pay you for? I'll
Hang
deal
on.
with them myself.
Actually, I'll just have to reset. Just because game's having a bit of a freak out. That's fine. And Tittle, how's it going? Welcome in. I'm going well. How about yourself? There we go. Yeah, just LFG was a little bit busted there. Boxy, welcome in. Wonderful to see you. Let's just load on in. And we'll cancel the ready check. Cool, we can do that. And let's go skillet. Ready check, there we go. Oh, I need to actually eat some food. Gee, I will throw down some of that. Yeah, screw it. I've got some food. We're just missing utility now. Here we go. Where can I get that damage meter? That is Arc DPS. I've got a guide on how to install that over on my YouTube channel. Side step. Just gonna wait here. Right about now. Back we go. Do you do some ray trains? Yeah, that's what we are doing now, actually, on NA. Alexius, welcome in. Yeah, unfortunately did miss the raids. And thanks for that, PK. Yeah, the Nexus add-on manager is the main way to manage add-ons in Guild Wars 2 nowadays. And that is the easiest way to install Arc DPS. Yeah, we're just going to skip. See that? Oh, thank you so much, Jess. Jess, absolutely wonderful, and has got us some tiramisu that we picked up from Audi. Thank you so much for that. And throw down here. Get through here. Alright, there we go. So we'll skip that. Oh, makes sense. I'll make sure, if you maybe type a message in the Discord and the general channel, I'll add you into the, what do you call it? The NA raid channel. So then you would be able to see when they actually go. Wait until a bomb pops up. There we go. Yep, over here. Oh, nope. Okay, we now have everything up. I'm gonna try. Yep, just send me here. Okay, this one's gonna be a bit cursed. Yep, screw it. Just we'll just make it work. Amora, welcome in. Are you looking to try this game? Playing World of Warcraft, should you try it? You absolutely should. The automation. 100% think you should. Especially because the game has no sub fee, so it's something it definitely has over World of Warcraft. And let's go down here. Let's do Voice and Claw. Enter. Okay. Let's see now. I might go Q DPS. So I'll swap over to something else. Now see what else we need. Voice and Claw. Because I do need an absolute ton of magnetite shards as well. Like the currency I am lacking the most of. Okay, so I will Q DPS. It's Berserkers and Diviners. It's Power Quick Conduit. Okay. Let's Q DPS. So I need a heal. Oh, actually, we've got an... Hang on, so I'll just actually go... Need a heal, actually. A heal. So I will actually go Ritualist. Conduit boon. Ah, stop. /DTY, go a heal. Yes, there we go. Oh. IBS 5. Did Sab just before, so it's just IBS 5 now. Forgot to update LFG. There we go. Edit. This needs to be. That's fine. Don't think too hard about it. But Highland, thank you for coming for that. And let's go here. Renegade, Righteous Rebel, Bleeding does more damage. That. There we go. Doing all IBS 5 now. There we go.
Iron Legion, punch 'em! Blood Legion, see it!
What's that target on? Yeah. DPS, there we go. Did you notice the Conduit nerf? I haven't actually played Power Conduit yet, but I did see the nerf, and from what it seems, it looks like it's been sort of brought down by most builds to around about the 45k DPS mark, which is a reasonable spot for it to be. Like, it's not a bad point, it's actually quite balanced. So I think overall it is a good change. Like, it's still insanely good. It's just, like, as good as everything else is right now. I think there is a version of the build that still does, like, 51k, but it's, like, the way more difficult one. Let's double check here. Yep, there we go. I'm stressed about learning Conduit. That's all good. I mean, it's still a super good build. Very easy to execute. Conduit's still in touch. Conduit got a slight nerf, but Conduit was still overpowered. I think they're actually both in a pretty balanced spot. But I'm doing Conduit Renegade now. Yeah, it's still great. Yeah, it's still awesome. It's just not, like, absolutely cracked. You made a heal Vindicator, Scepter, Shield, Greatsword. Is Conduit heal support better than Vindicator? Yes, it is. It is quite a bit better, I think. Like, heal Vindicator is still pretty good, but Conduit is just way better. Yes, the Scepter Sword, Great Sword is still 51k. Yeah, I've seen there is still like a pretty damn cracked build out there. Some break. Yeah, Conduit was nerfed slightly, but Power got hit harder. Yeah, Power got hit with a bit of a hammer, but it deserved it. I think it's also to the point where I'll still like make the build guide on it as well. It didn't really impact it to the point where I'm like, oh no, there's no point in making a build guide on it. It's like, no, now it's just a really good DPS build that's quite fun to play. It's like, you. Let's get Bone Skinner now. Hang on. Can we get out of combat? There we go. It's like new. That was fast. Oh yeah, that one is. Yeah, the strikes here. Well, it's not strikes. These new raid encounters, the Icebreed Saga ones, insanely quick.
Good hunting.
The time is at hand for a reckoning.
Let's eat some. Well, I was going to say I'll eat some more experience boosters, but I can't really right now. Get on the ready check. Dodge that.
Iron Legion, Blood Legion, see it done.
I've got a trait wrong on this.
Freedom must be earned, not given. Time for a revolution.
I got Righteous Rebel. Yep, nope, that's all there. I have the right amount.
Never have too much treasure.
And let's go Whisper now. Why are we in combat? Hang on, that's super annoying. There we go. Select new Whisper.
Warband in position. Blood Legion, see it done.
There we go. I have a question regarding Ranger. You've been told to play Soul Beast on raids, but hate Soul Beast. That's why you're a pistol thief. I mean, if you don't want to play Soul Beast, that's totally fine. Ranger has a bunch of other DPS builds that you can play if you want. Gale Shot's also fantastic. If you don't want to play Soul Beast, Gale Shot's great, but yeah, pistol thief is good as well. It will do the job. Untained's a great one, and thanks for the hydrate. Appreciate that. Doom Zilch is always nice.
Never surrender. Grief becomes fate. Bring the thunder.
So we get the res. Come on, big res.
Why don't you? The time is at hand for reckoning. On the double. Iron Legion, put your best into it.
I'll catch you later, Haruki. And it's a very good point there, Fermi, which is very true. People do overestimate what is actually expected of them in raids. PK's right, the spec you're playing is largely irrelevant as long as it's like a coherent build for the role that you have nominated to fill. It doesn't really matter. People aren't really going to turn you away for playing any build in particular. It just doesn't happen anymore. I don't know why I got pulled away like that, but okay. Yeah, and Guild Wars 2's expectation for raids are very different than what they may be for other games. Other games you may actually have higher expectations and requirements. Guild Wars 2, really not the case. Let's do Freynier now. Yeah, so we got 2 more.
How are you doing?
You've been training about 5 WoW vets takes game less seriously. I think it's honestly a very healthy thing to do. Like, normal mode raids in Guild Wars 2 are, compared to other games, quite easy, and especially with the overall power level of the game being as high as it is.
Agony, torment, pain!
Like, around Heart of Thorns when raids first came out, the overall power level of builds in the game was about half of what they are now. Cool, just get everyone to come on in. Oh, I might cap down on that now. That's a ready check. I'll process that after. Catch you later, Alexis. You take care, mate. If you have 10 people who don't care about speed, that's insanely easy and chill. Oh, absolutely. Spend some time actually practicing on Conduit, like Renegade. Although this fight in particular is not a good one for it. It's a very burst-orientated fight. Let's go select new. Shiver Peak Pass, nice. Used to play WoW on a pretty high level and have to get used to more laid back atmosphere of Guild Wars 2. You efficiency the fun out of games sometimes. It's a very interesting thing that happens a lot in MMOs and RPGs in general. It's very easy to optimize the fun out of things by trying to do things as efficiently as possible. And it depends. Like, sometimes you can be in the mood to do that. Like, quite often I actually do find enjoyment in doing things efficiently. And sometimes, quite often, also be like, screw efficiency, I want this just done in any way that actually gets it done. And I think as well, it's a good point to pick out. I think as well, the addition of Raid Quick Play has given a great tool to the community to actually ease people's entry into Guild Wars 2.
Headed back into the pass. I'll be right there.
And on another unrelated note, it does feel really nice to be back on Linux today. We still had the weird issue where the LFG and the squad UI stopped working, so I had to like restart the game. But outside that, it's been solid. FPS is actually significantly higher, and plus it's just nice. Will that do stability? Yeah, it will.
This storm isn't normal. Blocking us from following Vanguard? Makes you wonder if it's intentional, and who's pulling the strings.
Watch yourself out there, Commander.
Oh, am I still recording? Yep, skidoos. That should not have been. That was a 30-minute recording of not too much. Or hard drive. Oh well, I can go and trim this stuff after.
Commander, you heard it from Cree. I should be there.
You're being a distraction.
Yeah, we'll go process some of that gear after. And I think it also could still do a lot as well to ease people into endgame. Like, updating the level up rewards to at least give you a set of celestial gear to get started with. Rather than just honestly the trash stuff it gives you from the level rewards anyway. If it was like a level 78 or 79 set of exotic celestial gear, I think that would be fantastic.
Sounds like that worked
Okay,
out.
TY all. That will be it for this evening.
It wasn't that thing.
Have a great
Head on back.
week.
I'll send more scouts later.
Yeah, I think we'll leave that there for now. But we'll go actually process some of our loot. Nice, good amount of rewards. And 2 gold as well, it's not bad. and especially with the best gear for open world enduring story, and for me saying, say, it's never the wrong choice rather than ever being the best choice. Yeah, it's a jack of all trades gear. It's not going to excel at one particular thing, except for on particular builds soloing really difficult content, but it's just a really good set and you can't really go wrong with it. I think it would be a better thing that they actually get that than the just random nonsensical exotic gear that they get, but it's a fair point of people may not necessarily have a goal to work towards, but that issue I think does sort of come up invariably at some point for everyone in Guild Wars 2 as well, going, okay, what do I actually do now? Let's go on at 220. Yeah, it is a bit of a blessing and a curse. Guild Wars 2, you have so many different things that you can do at any point, but that also means you have to choose what you're going to do and spend your time on. Yeah, it works at every build well enough, so let you experiment. Yeah, that's exactly it. Just take a look at some of the gear we got. And I'll process some more of that. 29. 81. 64. And thanks for coming, Panzu. And yeah, no worries about the lag. Apparently it's hitting a whole bunch of, presumably Eastern Australia right now, probably with all the storms. So I've seen like Annie as well and a bunch of other people in our Australian guild talking about it. Not too much you can do about it, unfortunately. It was hot and sunny there. Yeah. But I guess it depends on whether the the undersea connection that will get you to NA has been impacted or not. If that has, then it doesn't really matter. And Orca, thanks for coming as well, mate. It's always wonderful to have you.
Threshold achieved.
Yeah, like it goes through Sydney. Yeah, it wouldn't. If Sydney's getting hit, then yeah, everything gets hit.
We have completed the task.
And it will depend a bit on your ISP as well. It's a different font than what I'm used to. Oh well.
Can I help you?
Okay. So let's go consolidate those and get dumped there. We'll do luck as well. I'll just use all those.
How do you do?
How's everything else? Decorations. Okay. Just arbitrarily get some of those. That was the wrong button. Right next to the right one that I wanted to press. Oh, mustn't forget the tiramisu. Thank you, Jess. We picked this one up from Aldi today. I've actually never had tiramisu before. So this is one I wanted to try. And it's great. It's absolutely wonderful. And Emerald, thank you for coming along tonight. It's always great to have you. You're most welcome. I'm going well. How about yourself? Yes, everyone, make sure to go check out Emerald over on Twitch. Another fantastic Australian Guild Wars 2 streamer. How you been, Emerald? No, I've never had tiramisu before. It just never was a thing for my family growing up. But I realised, well, I've always known I've been missing out, but now it's been confirmed. I have been missing out, and I've got a lot of time to make up for. So my next step is to go and buy out the stock of tiramisu from Aldi, and then just gorge myself like a greedy piglet. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Soulbound as well. What's up? How's it going? Oh, next step, have Jess make it. Oh, Jess would make an absolutely amazing tiramisu. How you going, Soulbound? Great to see you. Buy some of these. Free real estate.
Dismissed.
This is looking a bit dicey. Sell junk. Oh, that's better. Oh, so much better. Yes, one of your favourite desserts. I mean, I can see why. That's absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, I am sad for what I've missed, but I'm happy that this is now happening. Okay, let's tidy that up. Dump those in. Sell instantly there. Sell off that. Okay, cool. Now let's go see what's on our other character who we did a lot of raids on as well. So yeah, we probably... I don't think we got any Ascended today, unfortunately. Or any minis. That's unfortunate. Alright. Tidy that, tidy that. Consolidate that. Okay, I think we are... Well, these can get sold. Maybe. Is it loads? Hello. Oh, that will sell when it deems it appropriate. Just tidy that up. Okay, now will these sell? Is the LFG a bit busted for me? Nope, still working. Just trading posts down. Oh well. Keep that. That goes.
We have completed the task at hand.
We've got a bunch of exotic stuff here that should be upgraded. That can just be yoinked.
Threshold achieved.
It's very confusing because I've got a Ritualist dagger, I've got a Viper's dagger, and a Celestial dagger. These were obviously for some sort of Conduit or open world Conduit. I think this might actually be open world Conduit. That's probably... Let's see, what do we have? Short bow, scepter, pistol... Oh, it's all very... I think that's Heal Spectre. I must have been trying to kite on this. I'm going to have to fix the builds on this character. It's all very confusing. Let's go pick up some stuff. Nice. Okay. I don't even know how to deal with this properly. It's probably, honestly, I just recreate the builds that I want, because, yeah, what do we have? We've got, honestly, our pistol one, which is kind of what we use most of the time, and then we got, looks like a Celestial open world one, but that's actually, oh no, I probably overwrote that. Yep, that's, no, yeah, this is when we tried to do kiting on here. Yeah, that I need to fix. Because I use another thief for kiting Keller, actually. But we'll sort that out after. But now we're going to go stretch our legs and we'll see everyone in a minute. Sit tight. The rumours of the death of Jade runestone farming have been greatly exaggerated. I'm going to show you how to make more gold with less effort and put these lazy, freeloading characters back to work. Just at the end of the new Kaineng City jumping puzzle just got a massive nerf. Previously, you could open this chest every day on every single one of your characters with a guaranteed Jade runestone each time you opened it. Now, you can only do this once per day across your entire account. The second this was done, the price of Jade runestones skyrocketed from 30 silver all the way up to almost 2 gold. At the time of recording, prices have fallen and they're sitting somewhere between 80 to 90 silver, which is still almost 3 times the price of where we used to be. On a regular day, I'd have 15 spare characters parked at this chest, and was making absolute bank off the few seconds it took me to log onto each character, loot the chest, and be on my merry way. With this update, however, we need to tweak our strategy. Fortunately, we can still farm a very similar amount of gold with less time, less effort, and with far fewer characters. The biggest change we need to deal with is that we need to park our characters in multiple different chests across Cantha. First up, all isn't lost for the new Kaineng City jumping puzzle. We can still loot this chest once per day on our account. So go ahead and leave your least favourite character here. You can either complete the jumping puzzle to get here, or you can just do what I did and use a teleport to friend to one of the noble and selfless commanders that leave their characters parked here. Next up, we have 4 chests located in Eckervald Wilds. These 4 chests are fairly close together and will give you a guaranteed Jade runestone each day. Each of these will be far easier for you to get if you have the sky scale unlocked. I will be showing how to get these chests without sky scale, however, so don't worry. Our first chest is located above the Jade Gate waypoint. Here you can just sky scale your way up the nearby buildings to the chest platform, or you can do it up the tree branches. This chest will be guarded, so bring a build you're comfortable with. Once you're done, park your character off the platform nearby so you don't get murked when you log in. You can also take these zip lines to get up into the branches and make your way to the chest without the sky scale. Our next chest is going to be located down below the Jade Gate waypoint. A quick note, you're going to need the Crypt Seeker achievement for getting access to the chest in this cave. If you don't have it, you'll be kicked out, so make sure you get this achievement beforehand. Simply jump down from the Jade Gate waypoint and head south to this cave. You can instantly open this chest, so there's no need to defeat the mobs that guard it. Simply loot it, run back outside the cave, log out, and move on with your day. Our next chest is going to be located above the Teleri village point of interest. This chest will be on a platform high above the village, so just use the Magicka sky scales to make your way there. If you have no sky scale, then you can follow the route shown on screen. It's quite a long path with many zip lines and a small waltz through the tree branches, but don't worry, I believe in you. As long as you park a spare character here, you won't need to make this trek every time. Again, you can open this chest instantly, so there is no need to defeat the mob guarding it, so feel free to leave a weaker character here. Our last chest is going to be located north of Mori village. It's also right near this mastery point shown on the map. Simply head north of the village, crack open your sky scale, and profit. Again, I've shown the way to get this chest without the sky scale. Simply head into the lake area, hug the right wall, take the zipline into the branches, use a springer to make your way over to the right. Once you're at a suitably high point, don't worry, you do have a bit of leeway here, just glide and make your way to the chest. This chest is guarded by another elite mob, so bring something that you can fight it with, or just be like me and park a thief here. Once you're done, park your character safely up on this hut so you don't get attacked. And with that, you can now grab 5 Jade runestones each day and make almost 5 gold profit, based on today's prices at least, for only a few seconds of work. 5 gold a day over a month is an extra 150 gold in your wallet for next to no effort. Make sure you park your spare characters here, you're gonna thank me later. Thank you all so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe for our next video. We have tons of build guides in the works and lots of other helpful tips to make your Guild Wars 2 life easier and much more profitable. Learning how to play your class is going to make everything you do in Guild Wars 2 so much easier. But it's hard to know where to start. So today I'm going to walk you through exactly how I learn a new class and show you just how quickly you can become an absolute powerhouse in Guild Wars 2. I've put countless hours into Guild Wars 2. I've spent the last 2 years making guides on YouTube and squirreled away hours learning build after build after build. So after all this time, I can say without a shadow of a doubt, a bit of time learning your class as early as possible is one of the best things you can do to get the most out of your Guild Wars 2 experience. Being better at playing and piloting your class is going to make everything you do in Guild Wars 2 easier. And good news everyone, this learning process doesn't even have to take that long. Today we'll be focusing on practicing your PvE builds. It's also my area of expertise, so cool beans. With a bit of preparation, a can-do attitude, and me to walk you through the process, you will be mastering Guild Wars 2 in no time. To start off on the right foot, let's get you sorted with a good build. Making builds in Guild Wars 2 can be rather complicated. There are countless trait and utility skill combinations, not to mention the seemingly infinite armor, weapon, rune, and sigil setups you have access to. Fortunately, there are some insanely smart people in the community that have you covered. There's tons of great build resources out there, which I've linked in the description. They each cover different areas of the game, but no matter which build you pick up, at least you're off to a good start. For newer players, picking an already optimized build is going to save you a huge amount of time, effort, and heartache. Not to mention these builds have been thoroughly tested and have things like DPS benchmarks and DPS logs, which you can use to check your progress. No matter what build you pick, take the time, it doesn't necessarily have to be all at once, to read your skill and trait tooltips. Know what your skills and traits do, how they work together, and any other bonuses you need to be mindful of, and this will already put you miles ahead of where you would be otherwise. Now, Guild Wars 2 doesn't do the best job of telling you exactly how you're performing. If you're in a group of 10 people and the boss dies 20 seconds faster than it did the last time, do you know how much better you did? There's no way for you to know just how much you've improved. That's where Arc DPS comes in. With Arc DPS, you can see your total damage per second along with a whole host of other useful information over the course of an entire fight. This add-on has been an absolute staple of the Guild Wars 2 endgame community for years, and I personally can't imagine my life without it. I won't go into detail here about how to get it set up, but you can check out my previous video where I walk you through step by step how to easily install and customize Arc DPS. This is completely optional, but I do highly recommend it. Now that you're all set up, let's introduce you to the best place in Guild Wars 2 to focus in and practice your class, the Special Forces training area. Here you can summon a golem to whack away at until your heart's content. And as you go along, you'll get a readout of your DPS in the game's chat window. You can apply boons to yourself, conditions to the golem, and even toggle on different levels of damage to practice your healing. For your convenience, you can also use your special action key to recharge all of your skills if you want to jump right back into practicing as quick as possible. Before we dive in, we need to get the golem set up correctly. If you want to compare your performance to the best players in the game, we need to set up similar conditions. Fortunately for us, if you want the exact same conditions that the wonderful people over at Snowcrows use when setting the highest possible DPS benchmarks, there's a guide just for that which I've included down in the description below. However, if you want a quick way to get started, simply do the following. Come over to the right console and grant yourself every single boon. There are some cases where classes get extra benefits based on the number of boons that they have, so granting all of these boons can slightly inflate the DPS numbers of these specific classes anyway. For most cases though, especially when you're practicing, simply do not worry about it. If we want to practice on the golem, we need to remove as many barriers as possible. Just give yourself every boon and move right on. The same applies to conditions on the golem as well, which you can apply on the left console over here. Having conditions on the golem, especially vulnerability, a 25% damage increase, really amps up your damage. So again, grant boons to yourself, apply conditions to the golem, summon a small hitbox 4 million HP golem. This is what most people tend to use, then you're good to go. Also, if you want to have the best time possible on the golem, make sure you use the food and utility that your build requires. Food and utility accounts for a huge portion of your stats, and you're leaving a couple of thousand DPS on the table if you leave home without it. One of the most common questions people have when they start practicing on the golem is, why is my damage so low? Quite often it turns out they didn't apply boons to themselves, conditions to the golem, and weren't using any food or utility. Then instead of doing over 30k DPS, which they are more than capable of, they may be struggling to break 15k. Boons, conditions, food, and utility are important. Don't leave home without them. Now, how are you going to practice? First up, find a rotation guide. You can find these on websites like Snowcrows, my YouTube channel. There are so many sources out there that will tell you what skills you should be using at any point. Have this rotation section open in another tab and keep on referring back to it. Focus on a small section of your rotation and practice it over and over again until you start to feel it becoming muscle memory. It will feel awkward at the start, but after a few minutes, it will become easier and easier. Use the special action key when in the training room to refresh your skills. Do this so you can practice the section you're focusing on with no downtime at all. Once you're comfortable, pick a new part of the rotation to focus on, or simply continue your rotation from where you got to before. Before you know it, you're going to be working your way through your full rotation. Focus on pressing the right buttons in the right order. As you get more comfortable, try and press your skills faster and faster. The point here is to try and get the correct rotation at least partially committed to muscle memory. So when you take your class to open world, raids, fractals, or strike missions, you'll at least have a good idea of what you're meant to be doing. You'll also be able to pick up very quickly if you do something wrong. This little bit of practice you've done now will make any mistakes stand out like a sore thumb. You don't need all that long smacking the golem at this stage. Personally, I may only spend about 30 minutes getting a good idea of the rotation and getting that muscle memory down pat. Now, give yourself a pat on the back. Simply doing this step is probably going to place you near the top of your random pug groups when it comes to DPS. Make a mental note of what your DPS was in the golem, then take your build, run some raids, strikes, fractals, or world bosses with it, and leave this poor soul behind you. Now, every enemy you encounter is a chance to practice your rotation. After a while, you're going to start feeling really comfortable with your class. You know the order that you need to press your skills, you know the timings, how they feel to press, and you've even started making tweaks for certain enemies to make things flow that little bit better. Now, after a few days, weeks, or even months, come back to the golem training room. Practice your rotation just like you did before, and watch as your DPS has magically increased. By getting a rough understanding of your rotation, blasting through some content, you're now well ahead of the curve. Double check the ideal order of your skills in whatever rotation guide you're looking at and see if any bad habits have crept in. You might have taken to pressing some utility skills at different points in your rotation or skipped certain skills entirely. Now is the best time to iron out those kinks. Again, you don't need to spend long here, just enough time to get a few rounds on the golem in. See how much your DPS has increased and correct a few bad habits. Do this every now and again and you'll easily find yourself at the top of the DPS charts. Now, for the eternal question, what exactly does it mean to be good? This has always been a bit of a moving target depending on how the overall balance in Guild Wars 2 is getting on, but let's pull some numbers to get started. Most of the top DPS builds in Guild Wars 2 have a benchmark number sitting somewhere in the realm of 40 to 45k DPS. If you're hitting numbers in this range, then congratulations. You are at the top of the pile in Guild Wars 2, and it's time to crack open your favorite beverage, put your feet up, and bask in your magnificence. From here on out, we're getting a nice big dose of my personal opinion, so buckle up. If you've got a DPS build and you're consistently pulling over 30k DPS on the golem, then for the vast majority of endgame content in Guild Wars 2, you're totally fine. You'll easily be clearing content, and people won't be side-eyeing you in raids or strikes. On the whole, if you join as a DPS player in a raid, and that's your level of performance, people will be happy. If you're below that though, then spending a bit of time smacking the golem is going to do you wonders. If you're on an offensive support build though, basically a DPS build that provides boons, think a Quickness Herald or an Alacrity Scourge, then I think if you can hit somewhere over 20k DPS while keeping up your key boons, then people will be happy with you. You're not going to be overly judged in terms of your DPS on these types of builds, but people really want to see high boon uptime for quickness and alacrity in particular. Endgame groups in Guild Wars 2 are fully built around having as close to 100% uptime of might, quickness, fury, and alacrity as possible. So if you can keep these boons up, or at least the boons that your build provides in particular, while doing over 20k DPS on the golem, you're golden. For healers, it's a bit different though. Benchmark I like to personally use is if you can out-heal the extreme damaging AoE on the golem while keeping all your boons up. That is a great starting point. A lot of being a healer in Guild Wars 2 is reacting to specific fight mechanics, and we are back. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, let's see where we are at in terms of the... kind of want to fix up this build first, actually. So for that, okay, so this is... let's see. Oh, Boxy, you just did your 2 raids with your healer, no one wiped? That's excellent. Well done. I'm really glad to hear that. Yeah, what healer were you rocking? Here, what I'll do... Old enough because I actually made a guide for this, so I better actually reference the build that I made in that guide. So let's go find that. Okay, let's go just look at it. And do I have the build? Open Conduit Spectre build. There we go. Yep, let's do that. Okay, so I think this is all Celestial gear. Close. Yep. And for gear, Trapper. And then here I'm rocking Spear. And here I will run Scepter and Dagger. Customize. And this is Torment and Doom, Torment and Geomancy. So Celestial, Torment, Doom, Accept, Customize, Celestial, and Torment. Customize, Geomancy, Celestial, and then we are rocking Chronommancer. And then it's Daredevil. What's that? That's Pistol Core Thief. Okay, let's fix up this now. So we've got Deadly Arts, Trickery, and let's run Spectre. So we're going to do that. So our Shroud skills give boons. Going to do that. So we get resistance. That for some extra damage. This will give us extra damage as well. And we'll do Deadly Ambition, Even the Odds, and Potent Poison. And everything else kind of looks right. We will set Haste here. And then a well. And another well. And another well. And that. Control right click that. And I think the build is kind of right. This will be open world Conduit Spectre. Okay, so we got that. And equipment, this will be rename Celestial. And this one actually has our... Ooh, it's a very good one actually. This has a bunch of rando gathering tools, which is pretty sweet. Turn off any auto attacks on that. Okay, that is now taken care of. Let's go into various guild halls now. Demon. There we go, we can finish off a daily. We're getting super close to finishing off some AP as well. It's nice having it gather things faster, honestly. There we go. That is a daily now done. Good. Might also quickly go into firing Dante's Guild Hall. I have to make sure I check all my builds as well on my Revenant to make sure that it actually has like underwater stuff equipped. Should have actually done volatile magic ones, but oh well. Still free stuff. It all adds up at the end of the day. Oh, nice. That's very satisfying when that happens. Okay, so that's a bunch of extra loot there. We'd love to see it. Okay, this character could actually do with another bag slot. So let's go into the Wizard's Vault and start seeing what we can get for some extra value. The extra bag slot is pretty good, not gonna lie. That is quite a lot of value. So you know what, let's not think and simply do. There we go, so we can use that. Let's go buy an 18 slot silk bag. Just buy that instantly. And I can probably replace a bunch of exotic weapons on here. Or at least salvage them, because I'm not using them. I will use rifle. So I should replace my exotic one with an ascended one. Because the shift from exotic to ascended weapons is pretty hype. So I've got a bleeding edge inquest rifle there, so I can use that. And if I use this, that's a berserker's one. So I don't think I have another short bow. Got a bunch of great bows, but I can sell that. What did I buy? Oh no, I got that, yep. Okay, that's fine, that makes sense. Okay, I don't think I need a Vipers or the Celestial Dagger has been replaced, so that can go...
Power flow at 30%.
What's that? It's a Collapsing Star short bow. How do I have that? Staff, that can also go. Scepter can go. Yeah, actually. Yoink that. That is an Assaulter's Wand, so that can be salvaged. Yeah, screw it, we'll sell that. Say, because it's an Ascended Dagger, that's pretty useful, so I'll hold on to that. Celestial Shortbow is honestly a good one for me to hang on to. Even just for tagging a bunch of things, it's not bad. That could honestly be really nice on our open world build. I need salvage tools. Let's grab that. And then we will salvage this. Salvage poissons. I don't think that's worth much of anything. Nope, it's straight up not. The 60 magnetite shards, though, are... Sell that, sell that. Okay, so I might actually... Yeah, let's actually run this in a quick strike. Not strike. Quick play. Let that fill up. Let's grab that. There we go. You've actually got some extra bag space now. How's everything else looking? Let's pop you back. Bunch of rando infusions. I don't have another short bow in here, do I? I mean, it's not pressing for me to upgrade this to Ascended at any point. I'll sort of just do it whenever it's convenient. Mostly when I get one that drops. Won't bother doing it until then. And how's everything else looking? I don't think I can use these for anything else. Hang on. Raise training. Play. And Marco, welcome in. Yeah, those were all precursors. Those were all gotten from the legendary weapon starter kit you get from the Wizard's Vault. I've been sort of hoarding those for a time, because when it's eventually convenient for me, I'll turn them into legendaries to probably sell. But you can get like one of those right now from the Wizard's Vault. If you grab the legendary weapon starter kit, you can get that right now. Mark shards. I need to do something with these because they're just going to keep dropping. I'm not going to be able to keep up with them. Where are we going? I should get some... After this one, I'll go and actually get some T6 bags to get the trophy shipments. I've got no laurels. I've converted everything there. What can this character craft? It's a hand... Oh no, everything's a handiworker. This character actually has no crafting, but it can refine luck. You definitely return to Guild Wars 2. Been gone 5 years. You 100% should return to Guild Wars 2. Cosmic Observatory, nice, a free one. I should turn on the boon table as well. Just because I like reinstalled everything. Yep, skidoos. Let's get the ready check. What food shall we eat? Did I specify what food I should be eating in this build? I did actually. Go me. And Marco, thank you for the follow. I super appreciate that, mate. Permanent bank. I need... Eat that. There we go. That to auto cast. Vagabond, welcome in, mate. Great to see you. All the reses. That one hurt. Not doing too bad for a celestial build. Ready to dump. There we go. Can't attack that one. That's super annoying. And Afaro, great to see you, mate. How you been? Always good to see you. The boring guy, welcome in as well. I've seen Untamed Staff Ambush is so weird, so rare to see. Oh, I can imagine. Is someone actually... Oh, I think we've got... I know a heal Untamed or something in the squad, in which case, cool. Oh, that's... terrifying. Big CC, there we go. It's quite a fun build to take in here, actually. Nice. So I should be doing 2-2-2, 4-2-3 as my regular combo.
I feel furious.
Okay, why? How much magnetite do I get for that? Not really, I get some gold though. So what do you think, how bad was Nerf? Honestly, it was a pretty well targeted nerf. I think it kind of brought... It basically brought all power conduit builds around about the 45k mark. There is still the outlier of the Scepter Sword Greatsword one, which is at 51k, but that build's really hard to execute. But all the other builds kind of are sitting where they should be as a pretty well balanced DPS build. So honestly, it feels like they kind of nailed it. And they hit it so it would only hit Conduit, it wouldn't hit anything else by bringing down the damage of release potential, which said they should do, and reducing the amount of bonus stats you get when you are in Shiro as a Conduit. So they actually, honestly, they kind of hit it out the park, I think. And Aku 2-3-2, 4-3-3, yeah, it just depends on the combo I'm doing. If I'm in like open world, I'll do 2-3-2 and then 4-3-3. That will be my usual combo because that gives me like a mix of damage and survivability in open world. Whereas if I'm in a raid and I'm pushing more for damage, it's going to be like 2-2-2 because this is just a bunch of Conduit, which is nice for damage. Then I do 4 for the damage modifier. Then I do 2, which procs Entangling Asp, the second skill there. Then I do 3 here, which goes straight to Shattering Assault, which is a stealth skill. Then I do that, regenerates more initiative. Stealth skill, Ashen Assault does a bunch of Conduits as well, so it's a whole thing. Spear on Thief is a tricky weapon to use, and it's really, really hard to pull off consistently. Like, you'll use it and you'll have like a ton of initiative and it'll be pretty cushy, but it's one of those builds where if you are, one of those weapons where if you are auto-attacking on it, you're literally doing it wrong. Auto-attacking over basically anything else is a DPS loss. So you're always trying to weave in those combos. So it's not really one where you can sort of switch your brain off and play, but it does also mean it's very fun to play. I find it especially good in open world. But now if I want to be very lazy, I can literally just do Scepter Dagger as well. Which I know we'll just do on this one to see. This one we're going to struggle a bit on in terms of damage, because the initial phase, it's a power focus fight, and this is Celestial Conduit. But it will get the job done. And plus we have all the boons.
Glory, health, vigor, recovery.
We should finish this now. Spend a few years in the mist. The most fascinating.
Ew, thank you for the follow. Pull back in.
I need your power. I need more. Please. I can't.
Just going to keep just pumping alacrity on the team here.
Splendid combination.
That one's really there for damage, yeah. It's 2 and 4 for damage. Dodge into it. Stay still, friend. We're here to help. And Afari, have you tried Coliseum yet? No, haven't had a chance yet. Speaking of, has anyone else had a chance to try Coliseum? Oh, I did jump dodge there by accident. That was cool. It's the same as she picked Pascal because she has legs under there. That is a very weird thought. Don't know what to do with that. Oh, this is going to be fun. Who knows where to go? Two don't. This is always a fun one for that. Oh, it was rather nice to view yesterday. Okay, cool. See, I didn't get a chance to watch it yesterday. We were busy, but... yeah, has anyone had a chance to try it yet? And yeah, like, the only thing I heard about it was, I'm going to say mixed opinions on Reddit, but that's honestly pretty common. Ah, stop chasing me! I tried to get away. Yeah, but it would be happy. Yeah, that's always the thing with Reddit and Jeremy. You do have to sort of be mindful that people are sort of inclined to have a negative opinion on Reddit. Actually, yeah, it's over here. I got my way sort of mixed up. There we go. Your players didn't have many great things to say, but as a viewer, that was amazing. That's an interesting sort of spot to land.
I make a pretty good team.
That looks like it's going to land right on the group.
How did you...
The biggest issue with the fight is the amount of RNG they have to deal with. Yeah, that can also be a bit pain, especially in regular Keller as well. First day opinion is always a bit scuffed that people get used to and come up with strats. And yeah, I sort of find that as well with Keller. I think now that people have sort of landed on decent strategies for it, it's honestly a really fun fight. It's quite an engaging one, I think, especially if you're kiting it. I say that because I've basically never done the fight as anything but a kite, but still. And let's go. So is it for Istan? Get some trophy shipments.
You rarely see one of those.
Cool. And Teapot and Plen's group got the first kill. That is really cool. Good for them. And Visions of Eternity. It's going to go get in this meta. Why? There we go. Yeah, now the important bit of Sparse as there's a bad player, just remind him he's part of that squad. I feel like we're all in a never-ending battle with Sparse to remind them that they're actually a good player. One day it'll just click and then their ego's going to be completely unstoppable because they realise just how good they are. And then we're all screwed. But until then... Well, it's nice being back on this build again for a hot second.
The scanners are dead. Are you? No. Then I assume that's the job done.
Leave squad. And now we will do raids. Play. That no down there. Bow and arrow, join if you're doing more raids. Oh, we're just in quick play at the moment. But thank you for putting your name in. Yeah, we're just blasting out some quick play because it's actually like quite worth it to do, especially the extra magnetite and gold. Whilst also blasting out some events in the new maps to get some extra astral acclaim.
Defend yourself.
Let's try and get this done before this group fills. We're on 9 of 10, so I'm not hugely confident. No! Ah. Oh, wait. I was in combat, it won't let me in. Hang on. I'll join in Bone Skinner. Yeah, no, it works. Cool. Didn't expect that to work. Do you guys get lag during the formal raid sometimes? Yeah, tonight some people were really struggling with lag, unfortunately. At least on my end I was fine, but that doesn't mean too much. On average, a ton of people having issues in World vs. World. Oh, that's really unfortunate to hear. Spear is quite a fun weapon to use, it's really hard to actually pull off. So even just cycling through doing riff farms and queuing for the quick play raids is good. T-Tamer, how's it going? Great to see you. No, just get some of that. It really doesn't matter anymore. Raid cash, get another gold, not bad. Good news, I'm going very well, thank you for asking. It's been a good day today. We blasted out a bunch of raids. doing some quick play raids now, whilst also queuing for, not queuing, but also clearing some rifts in the new map. How did it get over here? Oh, clear it. There we go. Wrong button. I would start with things like rain. Looks so much fun. You absolutely should. It's really fun. And honestly, getting in with quick play is a great way to get started. Because their typical raids just tuned a bit easier. Even as quick play queues getting longer and longer, I mean, sure, it's lunchtime in EU, but even at prime time it's taking quite a bit. Now, I've noticed that as well. I think as well... because, yeah, people have gotten all of the relics. You basically do a bunch of quick play, you get all your relics and stuff like that. So there's a lot of value, especially in doing the initial quick play to get your relics. But after that, the rewards do sort of dip off a bit. And they can take a while, especially if you get old lions caught. It's the same sort of thing as Fractal quick play as well. It was really active when the initial launch landed, because people were getting their free legendary gloves. But now most people have got those. Population has dipped, but they still actually have value, because you can use the Fractaline Dust to buy very cheap +5 stat, +9 Agni resistance. BC, thank you for the follow. Yeah, the rewards are kind of decent. Not amazing, but good enough. That's a good way to put it. They are decent, like they're pretty worth your time doing. You know, compared to just running around randomly in open world, especially if you're just looking for something to do, they're actually pretty good. And Newton, thank you for the follow as well.
I pursue the bark of the bright leaf in a race against death itself. Help a young one in need. Join us.
Yeah, plus some magnetite. Magnetite and a little bit of gold for me is honestly like the main thing.
And steady.
Plus, it's also like pretty good experience, great way to ease new players into raid, and the fact you can just auto queue up for it while you're doing other things, really sweet.
You rarely see one of those.
And yeah, Fractal Quick Play is also very good just to dive into as well. I think Fractal Quick Play rewards are overall better. They take longer to realize than Raid Quick Play. Because you really have to, well, one, you got to get your legendary gloves. That's peak value. But even after that, you have to at least get your 150 magnetite fractaline dust again. So you can actually get your, cheap infusions and stuff like that. I really like dungeons as well. All your favourite Jackal mount skins on sale, well, then you clearly have to get it, Sufferance. Break the bar.
This
Where you going, friend? Stack them. Stack them tight. There we go. It's good fun getting a bit of practice on spear. I feel like this one's going to hurt. I'm going to stay in my shroud. Yep. There's a reason I did that. And Newton, welcome in. Do you have a guide on Spectre? I do, actually. Target this one. Hang on, let me just do this. Let's see. Conduit Spectre? Let's try that one. Yeah, there we go. I've actually got a guide on the open world Conduit Spectacle, which I'm actually running now. It's incredibly good for soloing difficult content, so I really recommend giving it a shot. And one could argue that Arena broke one of the promises of Guild Wars 2 with Fractals back then. For Fractals, they also said they would never add another tier of gear, but with Fractals we got Ascended. Yeah, that is true. They did say that we weren't ever going to get another tier of gear. But obviously in the case of Ascended, I think we can all agree that it was overall a good thing, because it is so easy to get at least a set of exotic gear. It's nice having just that little bit of a carrot to chase. That was one of the big issues with Guild Wars 2 at launch, is that, yeah, you basically reach best in slot gear kind of instantly, and then there wasn't much else to chase, which people do need something to chase. Obviously you had legendaries and stuff like that, but at least this full Ascended gives you a bit of a goal for players to work towards. You have a problem deciding between Ranger and Thief? I mean, both are really good options, so you're not really missing out depending on which one you pick. I'd probably say between the two, Thief would be my favourite, but that's really carried a lot by Spectre, I think. Like, I enjoy Soul Beast, I enjoy Druid, I really like Gale Shot, actually. I like both of them. What am I saying? Nice. Three legendary insights. Nice. Let's just do one more. Oh, there we go. Instantly. Nice. Okay, a bunch of legendary insights is pretty good. Something that takes a minimal effort.
Swift and steady.
See as well where we're at in terms of crafting another legendary. Using my own materials. Update. Okay, 653 gold. So I've got the gold to do it. I need 148 more spirit shards. Taken care of. Let's blink back in for some boons. Yeah. Stop putting them on me. Why can I not use that? Oh, my skills are... Huh. I literally can't use any skills. Oh, right, there we go. Now it's allowed us. That was super weird. And someone just randomly GG there. We still got stability there. I'm just going to wait. Back away. Nice. 6 rates. Brilliant. Bom, bom. Bunch of extra magnetite, which is sweet. Another spirit shard.
Now I shall.
Oh, I didn't have that scepter. Very good. Okay. Alvaro, thanks for the hydrate, mate. Much appreciated. Okay, so overall, pretty productive today. Bunch of raids done. Yeah, honestly, we've basically just focused on raids today, which has been good. Like, how are we doing in terms of gold? Down a little bit in gold, but we did dump all our volatile magic into trophy shipment, so we actually have enough gold quite comfortably to craft our next legendary weapon. Again, as is always the case, we are short of spirit shards. That is the main thing. Research notes as well, that's pretty easy. Oh, I need to actually do another round of map completion in the End of Dragons map, so that will be something we will look at dealing with soon, because yeah, I need to get a gift from each of those cities, which is good. Other than that, we are just dumping fat stacks of gold into everything, which is not too bad. So we'll try and keep our gold farm up as well, and that will all take place. And the next question actually is going to be, which legendary weapon do we craft? Because we have done a spear, we have done a sword, and we have done a scepter. So we're going to have to figure out what we want to do next. I do have a bunch of builds that use daggers, oddly enough, so daggers could be a good shout. I also would not mind doing another sword, because then I would have 2 legendary swords, which means I also get twice told legend taken care of, which would be 25 AP, which would actually push us more towards 15k AP. So it all sort of comes out as a wash in the end, and plus I do need another legendary sword at some point. But we might have to take a bit of a look and see what makes the most sense for us to get. Same thing as legendary pistols are also a good shout. I'm not actually using that many things with greatsword.
More secure.
I'm kind of leaning towards dagger. I think most of the builds actually will take a look. Main things I could kind of use, yeah, like a dagger on this character, that could be pretty good. Another sword would mainly be for this character, or a staff would also be solid. Other ones that are regularly getting played, just don't craft pistols so you can craft hope. True, I do need to do that. But I do want to get all the Aurine legendaries at some point, so it might be the case of we craft an Aurine one and hope, because hope is objectively the best pistol skin in the game, without question. Short bow actually be pretty nice, because I do use it on my kiting character for Keller, and I'm actually finding I do need a bunch of short bows for rando things. Hammer would be good for this character. This one would also need a shield. Equip is coded. This Dream of Dream was good. I'm thinking it might be dagger. Yeah, or Gen 1, 2, 3 and variants. Ooh, that would be a goal and a half. But yeah, let's take a look. Or we might be able to catch PD here, actually. See if we can make that happen. Okay, hang on. We might be able to do this quick. Let's tee this up. Excellent. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us this evening. We're going to go head out to Perfect D tonight. Might have to head out a little bit quick so we can catch them before they head off. Thank you all for hanging out. We're coming back on Sunday with some more Guild Wars. So we'll see if we end up doing some more Ceres. I know a few people aren't available this weekend, but if not, we've got like a bunch of stuff we could do towards our next legendary. So we'll be able to craft a next legendary. Again, limited by spirit shards, but we can probably finish off everything else we need for it, which will be nice. But yeah, you'll take care, and we'll catch you all in a few days, and cheers. Guild Wars 2 is a game that showers you with all kinds of loot. And inventory management is one of the biggest banes of existence for so many players out there. So today, we are going to go and clean my inventory, the messiest inventory you have ever seen. We're going to talk about my process, the best ways to process your loot, what you should keep and what you shouldn't, and how to make your inventory management issues just wash away.
This is the moment that got away from me, man.
Welcome back everyone. I've been playing my main Revenant for a few weeks now, and I've let the loot build up and build up to the point where you can see now my inventory is completely full. So today we are going to go through and take care of this. Right here we have 424 bag slots, all completely full, all manner of loot. As a ballpark number, this took around about a week and a half of me playing somewhat casually on this character to fill, and now we're going to go through, tidy it up, get it back to its pristine state that I normally like to have it at. This has been very triggering for me to play with for the last couple of weeks, so I hope you all appreciate the sacrifice that I've made. Personally, I am someone who likes to have a very clean inventory. I have 23 characters, varying levels of bag slots on each. On one end, we have the extreme 424 slots on my Revenant here, and on a lot of my other characters, I'll just have the base level of bag slots filled up with 18 slot bags, which I think are one of the most cost-effective ways for you to go through and kit out a character. The process that I'm going to be using today can go through and be applied to any level of bag slots. It's just that the more bag slots you have, the less often you have to go through and do this, and you can let your bags fill up over time. But with that out of the way, let's get into tidying this monstrosity. The first thing you need to do when your inventory is full is give yourself a little bit of space to work with. Now first up, right up here in your top corner, you will have the deposit all materials button, which will send any crafting materials you have straight to your bank. So let's go ahead and check that. Bam, we have so much more space ready to go through and work with. Outstanding, we love to see it. And now, because this is still quite messy and is honestly a little bit triggering for me, I'm going to go through and use the compact button. There we go, everything is all set up nicely there. We do have some rares sitting